we made it. We all made it. We all did it. We're at the end of 2021. ETH is dying in front of our eyes, but that's fine. Look back 362 days. Look at ETH price. We might be fine. Anyway, Hard Rock.
Club NGMI are not financial advisors. The content on this show is for educational purposes only. Do not overinvest by a lot. Oh God, do your own research. We need likes and subscribes to go up. Can't devs do something? We are so glad you made it.
Club NGMI.
Hi, everybody. Lou, how was your week?
It's a good week. Christmas was thrown in there. People were very joyous with the SOS drop to then spend their money on NFTs. So it was pretty nice to see that people weren't just taking it and withdrawing it out, that they were reinvesting it in the ecosystem, which is always a great thing to see. People don't want it to be in that dirty fiat. So do you guys say fiat or fiat?
Fiat.
Yeah.
It's not pronounced.
Okay.
Fiat,
Oh,
right?
what an idiot! He pronounces stuff wrong.
Yeah,
right?
this is usually
What an idiot.
Abs is usually the one that
What an idiot!
mispronounces.
Doesn't know how to say words.
I called Matt Kalish Kalish one time, so I think we've all
Oh
done that.
man.
Kalish.
Trey, how was your week?
Man, it was an eventful week, that's for sure. I'm wrapping up a lot of stuff at year end at my real life job too. So busy, kind of wrapping stuff up here before the holidays, heading into the new year. But obviously the SOS, just a lot of stuff going on in the NFT space too. There's more profitable mints that seem to be popping up. There's a lot going on right now. It seems like the sentiment's kind of changed from, in just both with the crypto market in general and the NFT market. It seems like the sentiment's kind of changed quite a bit here in the last 2 weeks, from all of a sudden we're bearish and now we're bullish. So kind of exciting times, but it was a great week.
I'm going to skip the normal order. Babs, how was your week?
Week was good. Yeah, it's like minus 35 here, and my parents are in town, so yeah, like we're all stuck inside. We're battling the cold, battling colds as well. So that's fun. But week was good. It's nice to see some of the blue chips running again for NFTs. It's nice to see people are a little bit excited about NFTs again. Like that was nice to see. Nice little change. Like, so saw Cool Cats, all the Bored Ape stuff run, Doodles. It's nice to see like that stuff run. I think the stuff that's dust is going to be dust for forever. But it's nice to see people interested in that. And even some of those like dusty free mints that were normally always dust lately. Like we had those Blade Runner punks, and you had those slug punks today that people made money on. Like it's nice to see that people are just like interested in minting and trying to make money again. So that was nice. But so week was good. It's nice to be here for the last show of the year. That's exciting. 2021. I think we can all say we'll always remember it and look back fondly on it. So it's nice to be able to come together and kind of recap that. And nice to have Tig here, even though you kind of just ignored him for the first 5 minutes of the show.
Babs, hold on. I can't let this. First of all, Tig,
Building it up.
as most of us know, Tig's in Miami, so we'll get to the Miami take. Babs, it's negative 35. Can you leave the house? Like, that's a serious question. Like, do you leave the house?
35 Celsius. So that's
Celsius,
like,
yeah.
It's Celsius, yeah. Like zero?
I'm not sure what is that in Fahrenheit. I'm not good at conversion to Fahrenheit. But yeah, it's
I think
cold,
32 Fahrenheit
That's right.
is 0 Celsius.
It's zero.
With the-
Zero.
This is
with
probably
the
in,
wind
like,
chill,
the
it
teens
felt like
cold, yeah.
with the wind chill, it felt like minus 40. So yeah, that's if you're leaving the house, you're driving somewhere, and it's your car's not starting unless it's in the garage. Like it was cold today. So
Wow.
dog didn't get a walk. We stayed inside. We didn't do much.
Love it. On the other spectrum, other side of the spectrum of Earth, of weather and mood, Tig, welcome to the show. How are
Thanks
you?
for having me,
How's your week?
man. I'm good. Weather's 75 and beautiful out here. So my dog gets to walk outside my backyard. But no, it's been great, man. It was weird, like this week with the holiday, with Christmas happening and everything. Just I felt like being on top of everything and just on the Discord. Everything is appreciate it. Oh shit, Stone, what's up? But yeah, it was weird like, with the holidays. You know, just what up, girl? You know, just being on top of everything in the Discord and keeping up with everything happening was just a little hard. You know, got to touch grass, got to build trampolines, got to build toys. You know, so yeah, it was tough. But the SOS stimmy was nice. Got the market going, got the buys going. But it was weird. Like Trey said, you know, the sentiment kind of shifted to bullish the last 2 weeks. But I gotta tell you, within the last five hours, it does not feel that way. Feels like a nice little different shift there as well. True. Everyone's pivoting, but yeah, man, it's good to be here. I appreciate it.
Well, it also for me, I was gone for a little bit, and then I looked at my CoinGecko on my phone, and it's literally all red. Like
just all red, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Strong was up a little bit, but everything else was red. I'm like, oh, what happened? Because everything else was green earlier in the day. So I feel more alive now that things are actually moving and shaking like this. Like I have to pay more attention now because I've kind of put into it's a little comfy, cozy, selling off JPEGs, not really worrying about stuff. So yeah, I like the volatility. It'll feed me as we go to the new year for sure.
I mean, so at least people were definitely buying up dust for whatever reason. So I mean, you know, you love to see it, but you love those people. I mean, like TD was saying, we don't know how much powder they got still left, man, because they've just been second going all year. But it definitely felt a little warmer today, so hopefully that's a good momentum into heading into January.
Yeah.
Why would they be buying dust right now? Like, I know we're still early, but
I think because people are talking about this January. People are expecting a January bull run. That's like the talk right now, especially after this weekend. So I think people are trying to load up on things. Why they're loading up on some of these items, I don't know. But I think in general, they're trying to get ahead of a bull run.
Do we actually think that's going to happen? Like, what do you like? I know all the NFT influencers are saying a bull run's coming in January. Do you actually believe that, or do you think it's just trying to pump your own bags?
I'm skeptical. I don't know. The sentiment changes so fast. You wake up this morning on crypto Twitter or even NFT Twitter and look at your timeline. It's like, we're bullish. Like things are going to rip, after the first of the year. And then like Tig said, over the last 5 hours, all of a sudden everyone's back in bear territory. I mean, I think the worst possible way you could trade right now is off of Twitter sentiment because everything just changes so quick.
Yeah. But the sentiment is bullish on Twitter. And then people are dumping the tokens, but then people are buying worms for like an ETH. Like it just makes no sense, man. Yeah. Like it makes no damn sense.
Because I've kind of seen people say both, right? Like they say some people are waiting to sell till January because they don't want the gains in this year. But you've had the other people say everyone's done all their selling in December, so they're ready to buy in January, right? Like I think people just kind of buy into whatever narrative they want to, right? Whatever one helps their own bags is what they want to see. But I'll believe the bull run in January when we see it, but I'm kind of doubtful.
Yeah,
I'm of two minds too. I honestly don't get the sentiment right now. I don't understand the case for people buying in January. I guess I get it, Babs, from what you're saying. They've unloaded their bags already and they have money to spend, but you'd unload not to necessarily spend the money. You'd unload to pay your tax bill if you're really doing that to front run the tax stuff. Like,
well, right now people are just speculating which NFT is going to be those that are going to run. But yeah, like Lou said, some people are just buying garbage. So who knows, man? Nothing makes sense here. So
I wouldn't be surprised if either way. I guess is the way I word it. Like neither way would surprise me. Like a bull run in January makes sense based on like what people are saying in that way. But I also wouldn't be surprised if it's just kind of a what do they call it? Kind of like it's like
a bounce or something. Yeah.
Yeah. The dead cat bounce.
Yeah.
I don't know if we fell that far for one of those, but yeah.
You should tweet that out like Beanie Lou, and then you'll be right no matter which one happens. right?
Well,
Yeah, tweet both one after another, and then delete the one that's wrong. Yeah,
That's what this whole show is doing right now. We're like, I don't know what's going to happen in January, so I don't know what's going to happen.
But at least
in
we
January. And I'm
admit we
trying to-
don't know what's going to happen. All these guys
Yeah,
think
true.
they're predicting exactly what's going to happen. It's like, you guys
Well,
don't know. Like,
it's funny to see those people saying, "Oh, when ETH," those are the same people that are saying, "Oh, when ETH goes up, NFTs go down, and when NFTs go down, ETH goes up," and that kind of thing. But now I'm seeing, I'm seeing people say that they're bullish ETH and they're bullish NFTs, and I'm like, well, that's contradictory to everything that you've also been saying about them being inverse to each other. So nobody
Yeah, but
knows
we've
if they're right.
also
It's crazy.
but we've also been trading sideways for a few weeks now, it feels like.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we're kind of stuck in this range. So we're kind of just riding this wave where it's almost like who's gonna win? Is ETH gonna win, or are these dusty NFTs gonna take over again?
SOS.
Are we gonna head in? So
Stimulus.
that dude,
Mhm.
do they not drop that stimmy at a perfect time? Because
Yeah.
that thing just kind of just threw everything off because people were trying to sell for the harvesting. People were dumping things, but then people are also bullish, and then that stimmy comes and you throw all that money into the market again. It's I don't know. It's definitely hard to tell where we're heading here.
Tig, your point was what I was thinking too, was people have been begging for sideways movement for the entire time I've been in NFTs, and we finally get it. And NFTs were trending down throughout that sideways movement. So I don't know. I agree with the crowd. I have no idea what the hell's going on. So speaking of what's happened this year, let's take a look back. Lou threw together a presentation for us that we're going to hang out with. And I just phenomenal work by Lou. By the way, thumbnail work by Lou has been incredible. I always mean to shout him out on the show. I forget to almost every single time. So thank you, Lou. Yeah, and the fact that you
this presentation is all thumbnails. Just
did you chart the answers, or is it all thumbnail? Like how'd you come up with the answers to the
You'll see. Well, yeah. So Google, they provide you with a little charting.
Okay.
However, because it was in short answer form, people said say things differently. Like DeFi Kingdoms versus DFK.
Yeah,
aren't going to come up as two different data points. Some people add an extra 4 M's into it and things like that. So some of it was just eyeballing, but there was, I don't know, 20, 30 responses or something. So it wasn't a crazy amount that I had to go through. Some of them were very obvious. There were a couple close calls. When we get to those ones, I'll shout them out. The close calls, the hidden folder was very spread out. I think the winner only had 3 responses, and there was a bunch with 2 and a lot with 1, and random projects I didn't even want to look up what they were. So it was fun going through a lot of these responses.
Nice. I think I'm most excited for hidden folder because that's just so dusty.
Should you preface what we're actually doing? I don't even know if you said it out loud. So we did host of the Dangy, host the show here.
That was one of my highlights. I was thinking about it before the show. That was one of the highlights. We did a poll in our Discord about the year in review, and Lou and we worked on the questions together as far as the team. And so you'll see the different categories. I'll shout them out for you all. And by the way, something that I noticed in the background, EZ and Gump are now dead center on the background.
It's funny.
I updated it, and because it was a little old, just it still had sports on my handle as well, and I figured we'll throw them on there because we're doing the Club DFK on Wednesday nights pretty regularly now, so threw them on there.
Yeah, it's a big tent. We're a big tent around here at Club NGMI. So yeah, we'll go through. We'll look at the responses, and then we'll chat about the responses because I have a feeling quite a few of us will have some takes. So let's start with our favorite mint. Lou, did you pose yourself for this one?
It's a good pose. Yeah, but you got to get the poses from people. One thing you guys got to realize, when you get thumbnails, you got to find when you're watching people on the rewatch, when you do the timestamps, you got to find the good spots, and then you clip them out for future use. And, we got some good ones on here that you guys will get to see tonight.
Incredible. Oh, the overall favorite mint was Galactic Apes.
Okay.
That was an incredible night.
That was.
Who wants to talk about Galactic Ape Night? Anybody?
I'll start off just because when the thing was sent out for the answer for the questions, this definitely came up. Like, and I feel like a lot of this comes out for a lot of people, just because so many things happened that night besides just the mint that we waited for. I don't even know how many hours it was. I think it was like 2 a.m. here in my time, in the East Coast. But the legend of Ori was born that day, if I'm not mistaken.
I forgot about that.
It was, yeah.
Yeah,
It was.
that was the night.
While we were waiting.
While we were waiting,
yeah.
Ori was just spitting some hot takes in general. And we were just like, I remember we were just talking to him, and then Pete came in, man. He's like, we were all like, rooting for Ori because he was just like, he was just having a good time with us in general. And I remember Pete just came in, kind of swooped in. He's like, all right, we gotta get Ori in here, And I remember when he came into the gated club NGMI. And he dropped that classic quote on everybody. And he said, later, Porters. And that was just, dude, that night, I remember laughing so much. But besides the mint that a lot of us hit, and the apes were successful if you sold. I think Babs still has like 20 or something. But, I minted 5, I remember, and I sold 3 overnight for like an ETH each or some shit. It was crazy, and it was great. But just overall, that whole night was just fantastic, man. Just Ori and everybody just had a good time, man.
Then the monkeys,
I really like the back channeling that had to happen to like get information about the mint, because I was ready at like 9 Eastern and it didn't mint until like 2 a.m. Like, no joke.
I remember shout out Phil because he had a contact with someone. I can't remember who, but he kept updating us. Mint in an hour, mints in 30 minutes, and he was pretty accurate on when it actually dropped. So shout out Phil because it probably made me stay up. Like I was ready to go to bed and just pack her in.
Dude, I was dying.
I was tired of waiting, but it was like the best night ever. Like everyone in the Discord was going crazy. I don't think the chat's ever been that active. Like I'll always remember it. It was just a lot of fun. Just everyone being in there, and those are back in the days when you do the GM train, and it would be 70 people all at once, right? Like it was crazy back then. Like that was in the frosty NFT time. Like that drop happened kind of right in the perfect, like when everyone was like super into it still. Galactic Apes, and personally, I think I made it 20. Mid to 20, and I sold. I have 4 left, but I did pretty well. So that
didn't it get helped. To like the floor? Didn't get to like it got past 2, right?
I think it got to 2.5.
It was almost 2.5. I think
2.5. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember, dude. I remember offers were coming in for like 2 ETH, and we're all like, "Yeah, man, these are gonna run forever." And then, man, it's not so much.
But they kind of died along with everything else, right? Like it was kind of like they hit that 2.5 when everything else was running, and then everything started dying. 2.6. Yeah, there you go.
Plus the hold up with the whole phase 2 and all that, it took forever. It just killed the momentum, man. But it was a great night. It was a great night overall.
I just remember a lot of people like that was like a mint where they didn't mint a ton either. Like Pete, as an example, like didn't mint a ton with us, but he did the Galactic Apes. Like everyone was kind of, everyone was doing it. That was awake, right? So that was fun.
Yeah. I gotta give
I was a zombie the day after that, and that was a Saturday night, so Sunday morning. Yeah. And for those of you with kids don't give a shit that you're up till 2 a.m. making money. So I was literally worthless that next day. Like, so
all the avatars, everyone just switched their avatar to it.
Oh, Pink Gang wasn't it? Wasn't the pink background gang?
Oh yeah,
that was fun. They took over the Discord for a little bit, but the purse held strong. They fought back, and they outlasted the pink gang.
Didn't they reveal in the middle of the night too? Like we tried to stay up for reveal, and that kept getting pushed back. Like it was like 2 or 3 nights in a row. I remember we were not getting any sleep, but
nightmare.
Yeah, it was fun.
I gotta shout out Dangy. I was in Arizona on vacation for this one, and I remember popping into the Discord, and it was just like Bab said. I don't think I had ever, like, it almost broke my phone. Like the messages were flying so fast that I was like, I remember coming in and being like, what the hell is going on? And everyone was like, Trey, you're missing. I was like, shit. And I remember
that was like a mice for me.
Yeah, it was right after I deleted my mobile MetaMask because it was just such a pain, and even minting from mobile was such a pain in the butt anyway. Like
It sucks.
for hyped mints, it was like hard to even get anything through anyway. So I was like, this is not even worth it. And then of course, like one mint where I would really, 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 really need it or want it, I couldn't do it. So shout out to Dangy for getting me 10 of them. I ended up I still have 5, so I sold half. We're in the black.
That's a perfect Trey story. Of like, I got 10 of these things, and I still have half of them.
Yeah, right. We're
Trey,
they're back up to like 0.35 today. Back up to 0.35.
Back up, yeah.
Been following the floor action.
Trey, this is the guy who minted worms and like banked like over an ETH on worms. Like,
yeah, right.
Trey's back.
Oh, way to spoiler it!
I know.
Know the answer.
It's like, so the button was like an area. It's not the actual button. Anyway, let's move to our least favorite mint. Shout out to my current favorite reaction emote.
Yes.
Shout out to Easy. That's when his soul his body. It's incredible. Al Capone's is
oh man.
Yeah.
It's got to be near consensus.
Yeah,
right?
this was
the worst.
Not the most votes of an item. We'll get to that one, but the ones that are negative, people are very strongly about voting for.
I hate this mint.
What was some of the other, like, Lou? What was some of the other favorite mints? Like, what was number 2? I'm just curious. Before we move to this.
Let me see.
Come on, Zed Knight has to be on there. Maybe that was a little bit of recency bias there.
It was probably too early. It was probably too early.
It's probably too early.
We were doing a preemptive reminiscing earlier, and Zed was a big one that came up because it built a lot of folks' bankrolls.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So then that catapulted everybody through summer.
Oddly enough, Mice on Toads.
Yes. Yes.
We like
that was a lot of fun. That was so
fun. Mice on Toads.
Dude, you guys remember the fucking sorry for cursing. The techno they were playing on the voice channel?
That's the longest that I've ever listened to house music, and that's the longest I ever will listen to house music. And it was for like 2 hours that I was doing it, and I forgot that I was.
But the adrenaline of like claiming your stack was a stack, right? Yeah, it was claiming your stack, getting on the contract, approving the stack to be used from the contract, going to the other contract while this techno house music is just blaring in your headphones. It was a fucking rush, man. That was definitely another fun one, man.
I just love that Gump was the secret dev inside of Stack Toads, and we were getting kind of like the Phil as far as the mole goes on Galactic Apes. Like,
just have
Gump was giving us the inside. I loved it.
Yeah.
Trey, give us your Al Capone story, because yours is fairly rough, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean, it was a hyped up mint. I mean, everybody was going crazy for it, and then I can't remember which one came first, if I had lost gas on a mint prior to this one or if this was the first one, but the gas limit wasn't auto-populating. And we had seen that, I think, a couple times, and people would try to guess the gas limit. You would look at some like past transactions and try and fill it in yourself and just hope and pray. And so that's what I did. I went through transactions, but I don't think I estimated it right because I was minting more than the transaction that I looked at. So I ended up getting a gas fail on that one, and I lost, I think, like 0.9 total on it, which is just, it's so rough. I mean, that's when you start looking at the dollar value and you're like, I just lost, $3,500 in a matter of seconds. So definitely painful, that's for sure. And then I think what made me most mad about this one was the team not admitting the fact that they wrote a bad contract and like trying to defend it, saying you shouldn't have been minting unless you knew what you were doing. That's bullshit. Like, come on. So that's why I think I was so tilted. If the team would have just owned up to it, I would have been fine.
the other part of why it must hurt, Trey, is you lost $3,500 to mint these things. Like,
and then you don't even get them too. Like, if
Yeah.
I can like handle it if I've spent 0.9 on something and it just completely goes to dust. But if I spend 0.9 on something and it's just straight, like, it's gone, it's out there, you know, in a miner's pocket, that is just, it's so hard to sleep at night after that.
If it makes you feel any better, Trey, if it makes you feel any better, the floor on those is 0.001 now. So,
and I couldn't even sell for point. I couldn't even sell for 0.001 if I tried. At least they cost harvesting at that point.
Yeah, at least they got what they deserve, though.
Yeah, true.
Dude, I don't think I've ever lost that much gas in a mint. I think I've lost like 0.1 or something. Yeah. So I can't even imagine how tilting that must have been. Because just for me, even losing 0.1, I'm like, dude, what the, you know? But damn, that much, I don't know. I would have been tilting my face off too, man. I missed this. Actually, I didn't even get to mint this. I wasn't even around when, in the computer. I remember the drop when everyone was complaining about the gas, and everyone was posting how much they were losing. I was like, damn. I think someone else, I forgot who else lost a lot too in the gas. Was it Zoo? I don't know. It was somebody. Susap, but I can't remember. But yeah, I missed this. I remember I was out somewhere and I just completely missed it. But yeah, I recall everyone just posting and just tilting about the gas.
It was like refreshing your Etherscan and just like having your fingers crossed and you're just sweating there with anxiety, hoping it's not a bad, you know, fail after seeing that fail notification and then seeing like almost a full ETH on it is like, are my eyes seeing this correctly? Like, am I down this bad right now?
That's
whatever.
So,
it's you know, in the grand
saying he pulled his computer out at a party for Al Capone's and was telling his wife about he's about to stack some ETH and he lost a half an ETH on the mint. Which, yes, not as bad as Trey's, but still, the narrative there is pretty good because at that point in time, at least I know for me, my wife wasn't fully keyed in to NFTs and like ETH and all that I was doing. So the fact that Tony felt the need to pull out his computer is pretty incredible.
What was was it Rip that sent you a DM, Babs? What was that meant? When he asked you, he was like, I'm at a date. I'm in the bathroom. Can you mint one of these for me?
No, that's Riley.
That was Riley.
That was Riley.
The funniest thing was it was those stupid donuts too. It wasn't like something that was like, oh my god, I can't miss
those. Were good.
It was those donuts.
Hey, those did. I made
those did well.
Yeah, those did great.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't like Mutant Apes. I can't miss Mutant Apes. Please mint it. It was on a date in the bathroom. It was donuts. Yeah.
That was like peak summer though. I mean, that was you get someone to mint everything.
Trey, what was the mint that you were at a party and you had to go to the bathroom to like text us and like, yo, what's the floor on something?
Chickens.
That was oh man, the chickens.
Yeah, I remember. They pushed the mint back and I like forced my friends to not leave like for another half hour to an hour, and then I minted the chickens and was like in the bathroom checking. That was
chickens were fun, man.
That was the debut stream. I came on and you guys had me on as a guest to talk about that. Actually, that's how I remember that.
Yeah, I've heard that.
We were sniping those.
Yeah,
the chickens were a lot of fun, Lou. You and I, we were together on the.
We were looking up the numbers. And how these people are just throwing. They didn't know how to look up the number, the perfection score or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fun one.
If we're being honest, chickens were like just a home run. They were super cheap. It was so easy to mint. There was no gas
at all.
You can still sell the cheapest ones for like 0.03 or 0.04. Like, I've hardly sold any chickens. I'm in the black on them, and I just got like a ton of them sitting in my open sea right now.
Yeah, like the floors, they're still at dust. Like the floor is 0.03 still. Like, and I think it was 0.04 to mint or something. Like it's not terrible for the
cheap. Do
we have an update on when the game's actually coming out?
They're in the
beta.
They're in
beta, but I've heard bad. I've heard bad
look
things.
Great.
Right? It looks so like I don't know.
I had the access to it on the Discord. I even signed up, and I didn't even like bother to even try it out.
Yeah,
because they're just I don't know. It's dusty.
It looks incredibly bad. Well, and that's a broader thesis that I have, which is games are dust. The downside risk is pretty high if the game sucks because it's hard to make a good game. All right, Easy wants to move on. Favorite influencer.
Shamdu was the big one.
That's who I picked. Yes.
He is.
Shout out to
He is
TD.
probably the best one.
Head down.
Shamdu did he was good to the club. He was very good to the club. Shout out to Easy. Also
Easy, yeah.
Printed. Just went so hard at Shamdu.
Yes.
Oh my god.
He didn't even vote for him, he said in the chat.
Oh my
That's
god.
brutal. Oh,
How many of
that's
the
fun.
head
That's
downs did he
brutal.
get?
That dude
got
made
40,
Easy
I
so
think,
much
did he?
heat, dude. Come on.
I think he minted 40, didn't he?
And probably
lot,
didn't,
anyway.
didn't sell any for less than 0.4 either. I'm
No.
pretty sure.
No,
I think
he
he was.
did not.
We
He
were
held them all to
holding
like
those
0.6,
ones. That
right?
was we were high conviction on those. Dan
That
had
was-
good with that one.
I think
too.
a lot of the club sold the top on that too. That was just a good
Yeah.
mint for the club, I think. So I
Yeah,
remember
once
selling most of
the
mine at like
coin came
0.7 or 0.8. Yeah.
And I think
It's
part
funny
of
because we were waiting. We were waiting around for doodles, and I made more money on head dow than I did on doodles because I paper handed my doodles because they weren't moving for like 3 days.
Yeah.
But that's what's funny. Like everyone, like no one expected that to even mint. They kind of stealth dropped it while we were waiting for doodles to drop. Right?
I totally forgot it was the same time as Doodles.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm so tilted after doodles.
That's such summer vibes. Like just two
That was-
really
that-
strong.
That was like
mints.
late though. That
It was late though.
that
That
was
was kind of
like
like the end
October.
of. Yeah, that was like.
I was
gonna say,
it
it
was
was-
done, and we were.
Yeah,
We were
when I
desperate
did
that
for
was
it.
definitely desperate
Yeah.
for mid's time.
Well,
Yeah.
doodles were a tough mint because they were the higher cost. They were, I think they were 0.123, right? They were a little higher mint, and they were, I don't know, they probably
Well,
came
it
out
was-
to like 0.6 after.
It was one of
gas.
those first ones where like the pre-sale sold like what 50 or 60% of them, so there wasn't many
Yeah.
left. It was an expensive mint, and
The floor was
I
high.
think it, yeah, like I think I paid 0.8 or something with gas each one, right? Like they were expensive.
But wasn't there some FUD with doodles with the whitelist, with the pre-sale being like all the influencers and friends of the artists?
They
all
all
that?
got like 5
It
of
was
them.
a closed
Yeah.
Discord. They all got 5
Yeah,
for cheap.
I remember that. So I remember there was like that FUD, and then like people were like, oh, kind of hesitant about it. But yeah, I mean, those things took off eventually. But yeah, some people just kind of paper handed it.
Shout out to Tim. He only did 2
great.
head down because he was saving for the
So
child
funny.
Shamdu's other mint the next day. Penalty koalas. So it's we just paper over the bad mints and just love Shamdu for the good one. God, we're
Love
such
it.
frauds.
Isn't this how Easy started his DFK bankroll?
Yeah.
If I recall.
Yeah, that's what I.
What a-
Yeah, that's,
What a sharp move by that guy.
Then he accidentally mint the 40, or was that not how it went? I thought I recall him like accidentally going that hard
Did
or something
20
like
twice.
that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
I don't
might
know
be
if
out
that was
on
this
that.
one.
I think
Maybe
it was on
he's in the
purpose.
chat.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
He-
this
he-
one was like we were all pretty confident it was gonna be a plus EV move.
Easy also minted like 40 lazy lions when he hardly like even like did NFTs. It was like one of his second mints around the club.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm gonna do 40 of these lazy lions. And then he sold them all like super early.
Okay. Least favorite influencer.
Ooh.
What is that picture in
Easy.
the corner? What is that?
Carlini.
Scarlini.
Oh,
How'd you get that?
The screen, the
That's-
TV screen, or
the
the
screen
computer
grab.
screen reflection.
That's as good of a picture as
Oh
I've
my
ever
god,
gotten.
that's very good.
Did he actually win the
Just
vote?
top of his head.
that is
No.
hilarious.
Because he was behind. It was DeFi Kingdoms, and it was like
When-
behind. It was off
was-
of the laptop screen, and then he slammed it shut right away.
He was
Okay,
doing
but
your,
you know what?
He was going through your instructions.
did your
tabs. I'm
steps.
pretty
Yeah.
sure.
You know what?
Saying
You
hi
know what,
to the
though?
bunnies.
Carlini could have won both of these because at one time he was our favorite influencer because those damn purrs got to like 1 point something each floor, and we were all gonna get houses, and now he might be our least favorite influencer as well. He could have won both.
I wonder how many votes he got. I made that picture. He's not the answer, but
He's not the answer.
So good.
Who's
No,
the
he's
answer?
not the answer.
This was the one that
Come
was
on.
like very heavily, like 90% of the people put Beanie on this one.
Yeah, that's an easy game. Beanie's made
My
a lot of
life's
people a lot of
been
money. Beanie's cost a lot of people a lot of money. God, I don't even know. There's not even much to say about
I like
Beanie.
Beanie.
I couldn't do it.
I didn't hate him until he rugged us on Stacked Toads. Like that was the final straw for me. I liked him up till then, and then he rugged us on Stacked Toads, and he was dead to me after that. And now that was the one that got me because he was pumping it so hard, loving it, like tweeting about it nonstop, and then an instant he rugs us, right? Like just pick a side, right? Like that one was.
That was our thesis on the Apes. Remember, that's why we bought Spinner Hat Apes. Because we're like, Beanie is gonna get a spinner hat. Like this is it. He's gonna pump it. They're gonna be above floor. And then he got the one that looked just like mine, except his had the cigarette in the mouth. And then all of a sudden he like went crazy. And now I don't know. He's not even part of Pixel Vault anymore. He's in DFK still. So we're hoping he stays in there for a little while. But yeah, he's kind of gone off the rails over time.
Well, he's been lasting longer in DeFi Kingdom than he did in Stacked Toads.
Yeah.
Because, dude, we were so pumped. He was like in the Discord and he was just throwing money at the LP and that thing was just going insane. And Stacked Toads got to 3.4, 3.5.
Yeah.
Dude, that's probably, I look back at it. I still remember the moment we were on the Discord and we were like, dude, Stacked Toads at 3.4. I was downstairs. I was fucking changing a toilet that was leaking in my house. And I was like, yes, 3.4. I must go set it later. Dude, and then Beanie just dumped on us. Man. Sad.
3.4.
He's
some
dead.
of the numbers in these dusty projects right now just blows my mind.
I know. Like that's 3.4. And then I think 2 weeks later it was 0.3, right? Like
it was real quick. It happened fast. Like it was.
It's kind of like that chart. It's kind of like that chart right there.
Yeah, that chart. That could be the stack. That could be the stack.
Also be the stack.
So the market cap is $2.168 trillion. And now the market. Oh! It went to zero.
The charts look similar.
Very much.
Oh God. Will Beanie start pumping or be involved in another project in 2022, or like when did he get back in the game?
Still pumping Wolf game.
That's true.
Yeah, he loves Wolf game. He loves it.
Remember how it started? I remember I was like, I'm done with Beanie. I hate Beanie. And then he's like, oh, I'm just involved in the tokenomics. That's it. But I minted 4,000 of them. Oh, okay. And now he's still pumping the bags, which you all can copy the code, but you can't create it, says Beanie.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't make him my least favorite. As much as I hated him for Stacked Toads and hated him for so many other things, like I just couldn't. Like he helped me out too much. I couldn't do it. So I put Art Chick.
Number 2 is Gary.
Yeah, that's a good one. Art Chick's a good one.
Art Chick got
like the coin one.
The
coin one was brutal.
A member of our community.
She's a token holder.
I'm waiting for her to verify.
And like I used to really like Cole. I used to really like Cole, but now Cole's kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Like he was like getting in a fight with
Pudgies.
Getting in a fight with Froke.
Cole's
however you pronounce his name the other day about like not promoting Pudgies when he like tweeted out the projects you should like and stuff. And I don't know. I find most of them are getting to be a little bit annoying, but
our chick's been kind of more quiet though. Yeah. Our chick's been kind of quiet lately. She hasn't been tweeting much. She's been kind of taking the backseat ever since that whole coin thing happened. But Beanie just doesn't shut up, man. Like it's just annoying.
Who was the other guy that
created
that FUD token, that T-Moss guy? Like he should be up there too.
I haven't seen him. I think
he got fudded out of NFT Twitter. He got wrecked there.
Yeah.
So the answer is we don't like hardly any of them, right? If we're being
honest, most of them suck. But yeah.
I'm just waiting for people who can pivot because Beanie's had the same playbook. That's fine, whatever. Art Chick, same playbook until the drama happened. I don't even remember the exact details, so I don't want to get into that. But they all do the same stuff every single time and they repeat it, it seems like. But like some people have favorite projects, which I more respect a little bit more because that might be more genuine that you're super duper into doodles or pudgy penguins or whatever. But yeah, it's all fairly tired. So I wonder, maybe lose on to something. Maybe lose on to the influencers not mattering anymore. I don't know.
I just think that like people over correct towards it. That makes sense. Like you're just following someone who's like an influencer, but I feel like a lot of them have been proven to be not sharp, and we're just like right place, right time. Maybe they had an ape early on, and so now they just think that anything they touch turns to gold. So what's Levitan always calls them like a prove it week.
Yeah.
Like prove it week. I feel like 2022 is going to be a prove it year for a lot of these like
Dangy.
influencers.
Dangy, I think one of our viewers brings up a very good question. Can you highlight Easy's comment there since we're talking about influencers?
No,
he won't. He won't. No. But you know, like on the topic of influencers, I think having like a Discord like a Discord like ours where you have 200 kind of like-minded people is more valuable than trailing an influencer, right? Like I feel like we have 200 people, you get a good sense on like what's going to be popular or not by taking the temperature of the crowd. Like that's more valuable to me than an influencer telling you what bags to buy, right?
Yeah.
Like so all the people out there,
199 people, 199.
199, yes. Well, 195 probably because you're hoarding a couple.
Like 188
hoarding a couple
people, I think.
And one's been burned, so just one.
Our chick has one. It's more like 170 people.
70.
It's true.
Hey, the token was pumping too. Didn't like 4 sales happen?
There were 2 sales last night. Yeah.
There we go.
Didn't lie.
I thought there were 3.
Was there a third one?
There was 3. Someone said 3.
Wow. Well, welcome new folks. Someone actually did say they came through YouTube, so I don't know.
Was that nifty?
Proud and I think so. Yeah. I don't know why, but welcome aboard, I guess.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Big is the other one.
Yeah, the floor's back at 0.4. Like, no one can
0.4
afford
for the
that.
floor.
No one can afford that.
Pump it up.
Pretty soon. All right, let's go. What's next? Best NFT sale? Yeah, I mean, this is the Babs category. This is incredible stuff, I think.
Yeah, answer was Babs.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Big answer.
Yes.
Ori's Panda. Oh my god. So Ori, how many days between when you got into the club, as in Galactic Apes, and this panda hit? It was not a week, I don't think. I think it was like 5 days.
It was not long.
Yeah,
it was not long. It was like, yeah.
I mean, like Ori was he was my personal pet project to make it, because the dude was like, "Hey, I can't mint. I'm working at 7-Eleven right now," and that wasn't a bit. Like he doxed himself.
Took a
was
selfie.
Like, I'm at 7-Eleven working. Like, here's my name tag.
He did it.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
a couple days he mints pandas for. Why? Why would you mint a panda like that?
I mean,
Ori was minting everything. Ori has no patience. He's like,
dude, he was minting. He was minting every dusty project possible.
I mean, he was doing exactly what we were doing, minting literally everything under the sun.
That's a fair point.
Listen. Ori is a legend. The man has a month named after him in our club. Okay, like that. That's how big, good, and the legend is. I remember Ori hit this panda thing, and we were daring him to like punch his boss and quit 7-Eleven, at his job. But yeah, man, I remember Ori. I think he like rushed home to accept an offer or something.
Yeah, it was a wet offer.
I don't remember. Yeah, it was an offer. I remember he said that he left 7-Eleven to rush home to desktop, accept the offer, and go back to work just for this thing. But congrats to Ori, man.
For the record, this one did get flipped for 70. So the person that bought it was able to resell it.
That poor
Pay perhaps. So he wins like the best sale, and he sold it for cheap. And I sell an art blocks for 50 Ethereum, a Luca for 2, and I get no credit.
Jesus,
Why don't you get Ori to host the show?
The Babs, if any of your sales were going to be the best ones, it was going to be your Pirate Treasure Booty Club for 0.6 or whatever it was. That takes the cake.
I got a one of those, and it still couldn't even sell it for
0.8,
one.
Trey. Don't fund me. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I like the chat getting mad at me, but that was the point. I know. I'm just
I love it.
Babs will mint like three mints in a row, hit rares, then he'll miss on a mint and be like, "Come on, man, I need a break too." We're like, dude, what? Man.
Can't catch a break ever. It's brutal.
This guy.
So people are asking me to. They're asking me to mute you, Babs. No, here's the thing. My personal stance is I think we need to get back to celebrating people winning. And Babs, yes, Babs has done plenty of winning. He's done plenty of quiet winning too, while you guys were asleep and like, oh, Babs victory lapping again. He's still winning, by the way.
Oh yeah,
he keeps doing it.
I just do it quieter because I don't want people mad at me anymore.
I don't mean to flex, man. I don't mean to flex, but
that was what was it? The like zombie cow or whatever, where you didn't want to tell anyone, but they're like 3 people in chat are sending screenshots of the sale.
Yeah, that was kind of around the time I stopped telling people, but people still track me down sometimes. But
now he just victory laps when ETH hits 4K, and then we dump.
Yeah, Babs does love bringing up 4K.
A couple other big ones that were on this list that were very memorable was Bose when he put 40.001 on the doodle to one up Mahoney's 40. I thought that one was gonna win. This had one more vote than that one. It was very close.
God.
What other ones? Any other ones that stand out?
I said Reno Fox's Oni sale.
The Oni sale is the next one.
Where he was literally asking like how to mint the week before. Was it the day of? And then where Dangy's like, nah, probably not for you. And then he
probably don't do this one.
He doesn't do it, second guys it, and ends up hitting like the stone nuts on it.
Dude, Oni was such a memorable project for me because I remember I had gotten this started it all. The pre-sale meta. Pre-sale meta was built by Oni because I got into Discord. I became nameless. Everyone was asking me.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone was asking me, what is that? What is that? Yeah, it was like, yo, what's that profile? What's that PFP? I go, oh, something. And then like, I didn't want to say too much because there's only like less than 2,000 people when I found it. I don't even remember how I found this Discord. And I told you guys, I go, yo, check this out. Check out this thing. It's about to mint. It looks pretty dope. And Dangy and Babs joined, and they were grinding alongside me. And Babs grinded for like a week. I think the hardest he's ever grinded in life, and still didn't get it. And Dangy got it a few days later. It took me like one night to get it. But I remember only just because the whole pre-sale thing, and to this day, it was my biggest sale I've ever had in this thing. I remember I was coming home from the park. I told Dangy, oh yeah.
Yeah,
me too, actually. Me too.
I was sucking toes the whole time. I was like helping people with like, how to mint from a contract, and I was like trying to be helpful. It was worse.
It was like a Twilight Zone Babs that was in there because he was just so nice and trying to be helpful, and he was just so tilting. He'll come back to our Discord and just be so tilting his face.
Oh, I don't know if I've ever seen Babs more tilted than he was over that. That was I think I sent one message in there, and I was like, no,
I didn't try it.
I think that was the beginning of me realizing that I will never be like a whitelist meta person grinder. I was just like, I tried to go in there and send messages, and I started talking about something random, and I was like, no, I can't do this. I was just like, I'm out. And then I sold everything pre-reveal, and that was like the light bulb moment for me, where I was like, I don't have to sell everything pre-reveal anymore. Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
You just gotta talk about food. That's what I go to. No matter what we're doing, just talk about food. What do you have for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then you chit chat. That's all you got to do, Trey. It's very easy.
No, I know. I can do that. I just don't want to.
Fair enough.
I have no desire to do that.
Other folks are shouting out tacos.
That one's
Food render. Red border sale, and then immediate disappearance from the Discord.
Just totally gone.
Just peace out.
Well, he got married, I think, like a few weeks later too.
Yeah, he did.
He got married. Yeah,
true. The other one was oh crap, who just Coney Dog.
The
The
Roboto.
That
Roboto.
was a good one too.
And
Because that was
then
one
the
of the
other-
biggest sales
That was
sales
the
at the
first one.
time.
Yeah.
Like that was
Yeah.
a lot of
That was
money, right? Like, I think it was
pre-massive pump market.
yeah, pre like
Yeah.
Oni, like those were like that was a huge sale at the time. Like we never
Most-
saw things like that, right?
Yeah, that
He
like
held
tripled
up,
most
too.
of our bankrolls. Yeah, I mean that was most of us were playing with like 10 to 15 ETH at that point. And he
Well-
sold for 33 or
Crazy,
something
yeah.
crazy.
He
and
was
we were
saying
like,
no to
"What?"
like 20 ETH offers.
Yeah,
like,
and I was
telling
like, oh my
guys,
God.
"Nope, I'm
I was
doing
like, oh my
100K.
God.
Whatever comes
Yeah.
out to 100K."
Dude, but that sale was crazy because I remember being in other discords and people like talking about that sale, like, yo, it just sold for 40. Because Lou Fumascu was a mod in Robotos. I don't know if you remember that. He was
really?
a mod there, and I was with him in another channel, and he was just saying, "Oh man, this guy." I told him, I go, "Yo, I want another guy in my
You know the
Discord
guy.
saying I know the guy. I know the guy who got the Robotos, like the one of ones." And he's like, "Which one?" I go, "Oh, this one." And he's like, I remember he was freaking out too about it. He's like, "Oh, that one's like one of the top 3 rare ones or whatever." And then when it sold, I remember they were freaking out on the Discord. It sold for like whatever it was. It was crazy.
That was August 6th is the day that was
Gee.
sold. I looked up the.
Yeah.
was-
Because then he
looked up
immediately
that-
bought a ticket to Vegas. That we went to Vegas for the club Top Shot.
That was like
Oh,
prime
wow.
summer right then still.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I mean, peak. That was
That
peak
was
for us,
peak
for
time.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was.
I
wild.
just dropped in the chat. We're doing 2 giveaways tonight.
yeah.
One is from Lou Dog upstairs, and one is from an anonymous benefactor. So Lou is going to be giving away a security device, one of the metal like hole puncher things for your seed phrase, right, Lou?
Yeah. You like write on it.
Does it have your seed phrase on it, or is it somebody else's that's going to go on it?
I'm going to send a blank one.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to send you a blank one. But yeah, this thing like scrapes onto the metal. So you're engraving it on there. It's really cool. I really liked it when I got them, but got an extra one to give out to peeps.
And the anonymous benefactor is giving a purr away as well. So a little bit later, I'll throw the link in again, and we're not trying to gotcha anybody. And then we'll do a wheel near the end of Lou's presentation for his college graduation or whatever this is. So funniest project in your hidden folder. I should have participated in this. I should have looked at my hidden and found it. Maybe I'll do that while we're on the show and try to see what I have.
You could
'cause
do
I've got a
it.
lot.
It doesn't have to be in your hidden
Yeah.
folder. You could just remember some dusty project,
Yeah.
that deserves to be in hidden.
I don't think you know how bad my memory is. I need to be jocked, but we'll get there. So let's see who won. Oh,
Ironforms. Ironforms were actually profitable if you sold them at the right time. Like they
Oh,
pumped for
man,
like
they-
2 days.
They got
I
so
have-
dusted though.
They're
I had
dusted.
a rare.
I remember you had a rare one. You're like, oh, I got a one worth offer or something. Should I sell it? And you didn't. I think because you're peak summer. Peak
Yeah,
summer.
I
Brian
didn't sell.
has
I
a
did.
Wolf
Someone
Error
else, Marcus.
got a lot
I think
of
Marcus.
responses.
I think Marcus was it Marcus that sold a rare one of these for like 1.5 ETH or something like that? We had the same trait. There was only like 5 of them, and
Yeah, I think like
he,
3 of them were in the club.
Yeah,
Marquee
I
had
was-
yeah.
I think I was maybe the first one to list at like 3 ETH or something like that, and then he posted at 1.5 and it sold. And then I lowered mine, and by that time they were already dust. So I was like, oh shit.
Why
So I
did,
still
why
think
did
I
this
have
one?
that.
Why did this one win over Circulozos or whatever those were? Is it because they gave us some money
Because
back?
we got to buy back.
Is that why? Because they were
guess,
dusted
yeah.
way quicker. Those
The
ones
other
were
one is the
dusted
Wolf
instant.
Error one that Dangy was saying. Wolf Error got a lot of responses as well. I wasn't in that one, but someone hacked. They said Jesse hacked it or something.
Jesse
Was
and
it the
Dangy hacked
metadata?
it.
no, it was all Jesse. It was not. I'm just a nerd. I was around for that one. That was another dinner time mint, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
could basically mint for $0, I think, or 0 ETH was the whole thing. And then they just marked them all as error and then moved on. Oh, Nate's got a good point too. How is this not Animatherium?
Do people still have those?
Oh,
I
I
haven't
got
sold
a
a single
ton
one.
of
I didn't
them.
sell a single one. I feel
Dude,
so
when-
stupid.
When Ori was a poor, I sent him I sent him one to get his thing going. I'm like, yo, if you sell it, keep it. and they just didn't do anything.
I wonder how much of that token we have now, because isn't it a staking game or
Yeah.
whatever?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
that's a
I
good
thought it was
point.
Ori's life mission, so I wonder how that's going for him.
This one there were so many different responses for this one. There was only like 3 for Einforms, and that was the highest.
Huh.
Yeah, that I'll just name off some of the other ones because they're pretty funny ones in here. Wixa, Elvins, Couches, Degenerated High Spirits, Stupid
that one.
Sticks, Cuddly
Oh, sure.
Koalas, Japanese Porn Convention,
Oh, I remember that.
Silly Old Bear,
Silly old
Helmet
bears.
Boys. Helmet Boys are not in my hidden. I left that one out. The Elix
Yo,
Ren
that
one.
was another good one. Those are the nights where we'll find those random like
The Helmet Boys.
Thai
I mean,
art. Those
Oh,
those
no.
random Thai arts, and then we would
That
just
one,
mint them for like 0.2 and sell them for like
Kimixi.
0.1.
What was the Bruno Bananas? That was one
Bruno
that
Bananas?
Babs and I
Yeah.
we were like, let's get the black and white ones, and people actually bought them off of us.
Yeah.
Who
Those were
was
cool for
who
a
was-
second. I like the
Was,
Bruno.
who was? I
How
saw that.
many
I
does
thought about
Tony
posting
still
that.
have? How many Huas do you still have? We took over the Hua Discord and like recreated that project to
What-
make it profitable for ourselves.
What about those fuck faces? Those were fun too.
Oh, those were
Yes.
fun. Those were
Yeah.
funny too.
Yes.
Those were hilarious.
Those were fun.
That was another fun mint.
And I can't believe the amount of
all
people that
those
were
mints,
buying those.
but all those mints felt like they happened within like a week of each other.
Oh yeah.
You know, it was like that. It was Helmet Boy, and it was what was the girl Lou that
Luke's.
you created the Discord?
Timic Savvy or
Timix.
something.
Timix.
I made money on that one. That
Hell
I don't
yeah,
know
dude.
how, but
Dude, we were like the first ones to buy them every time they'll pop up, and
Oh
like the
my
first
God.
5 of us would be our
Yeah.
sales, and then we would just make like easy money on it, bro. It was so.
it was
funny.
literally a girl in a box crying, and someone
Okay.
bought it from me.
She was like bleeding from her nose.
Yeah.
had
It was
nosebleeds.
That's so.
uh,
Oh my God.
Summer, man.
someone paid
Summer.
0.8 for that one, and I got it for 0.008. So back when we did that trick, those were fun. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
good times.
Those
I
were
just
fun.
realized
Those
at
were
some
fun.
point I
Convenience.
listed a bit monster for half an ETH.
Did it sell?
No, I'm going in listing them at 0 right now. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm like, oh, you're just still in here. Oh, gotta get rid of them. Oh my God. Yeah, Chungs were cool.
Chunks, yeah.
Kitty Butts, that one was on there. And
Oh,
Pixel
Reckless
Turtles.
Whales. I love Reckless Whales. Hate rabbits.
That was an early one.
Rabbit College.
for
Rabbit-
That
whale
was
word.
super early.
Rabbit
I might
College
still
Club
be
was
the-
like what we thought Pudgy Penguins were. And then Pudgy Penguins were the one that went up to 2 ETH floor, and
Whoa.
Rabbits didn't do shit.
Well, the rabbit art is considerably worse than
Yeah.
Pudgy Penguins.
Yeah.
Like when we saw the rabbits, we were all like, "Oh, we're fine."
Rabbit
Like
Gary.
it was so bad. That was a hyped up mint too. Back right around the time of I think that was the same day
It's
as
cheap.
chickens.
Oh, it might have
If
been.
I remember correctly.
Yeah, because you had a bunch of rabbits too.
Yeah, there was I had 20 rabbit. I just sold a bunch actually for 0.
Oh my God, Rabbit Gary.
Those went to dust.
I do
before
remember the
even had a
raccoons that
chance
turned into
to sell them.
skeletons. Babs, did you have something?
Raccoons, too.
Nope.
Okay, I thought I heard your
For
voice.
this one? No. No,
Yeah.
you're good.
No, you don't.
That's
Oh,
it.
you don't mint dust. Sorry.
I was
I-
scrolling.
I honestly
We
can't
minted
even
a
look at.
lot of dust.
Yeah, we made a lot of dust. I can't even look in my hidden folder because there's 5,000 items in it
Do
now.
an
Like, I can't even
episode
find
dust
anything. Like,
episode.
You got to click oldest, and then I was scrolling
Oh,
through it,
that's
and like
smart.
half of my hidden folder is those per puzzle pieces,
Yeah.
which was kind of funny. So that was
one
my
got some
answer because
votes.
like as I was scrolling, I was like, okay, I forgot about these, and there was like I think I had
Oh.
almost 100 of them.
I remember I
Exoplanet?
was gonna sell them. I was gonna burn them.
You,
Remember
you
we had
didn't
the
have
option
time to
burn
sell
them.
them.
No, sorry. I meant to. I was gonna burn them because we had the option to burn them, right? And then
Except
I
for
wasn't
me,
just
yeah.
like, dude, I'm gonna burn these fucking puzzle pieces. People were like, I think maybe it might have been Lou, if I remember correctly. He's like, you don't want to keep the first, whatever it was,
Tony.
airdrop of the purse. I was like, the Genesis airdrop of the purse. I was like,
It
I don't
costs
want
money
this
to
shit.
burn.
Yeah, but dude, look, it was automatic. It would have been nothing.
Hey,
But now I have
me
all
in the
that- I have
chat
like
talking
50 of
about
them.
big bucks.
Big
Yeah,
Bucks had a
that one.
resurgence.
That
That
was
one came
fun.
back,
That
though.
was, I know.
Yeah,
it
they
was.
pumped.
We were
They
like
pumped.
second guy. We were second guy in big bucks.
They got up to 0.45. Really?
Yeah.
Definitely did not sell any at 0.45.
That was a fleur
That was
pumping,
so
though,
funny.
right?
Yeah, it was.
That was one
Blur,
that
yeah.
like I
You went
sent
in-
them to my backup wallets. I didn't even want them in hidden. Exoplanets was a good one that we we got into that Discord. AMT took over the Discord and tried to fix the project.
Yeah.
We had because we had to have 5 to get in the secret. I had a big sale in there, which it still worked out like long term for me. But oh man, was that the worst dev of a project that we saw? Who was like still
No.
trying, but like
He was so
I got
bad.
one.
He was
So
so
bad.
bad though. He was so bad.
Oh, worst
I
dev
just-
would have been a great. Would have been.
I just ran into one.
Superlative.
You guys remember Goo?
yeah, good.
Goo. I think Goo might be one of the worst. He was so hyped. I was so into it. And then just complete dust. Just nothing. I still have it. Win physical, Goo. I want my
I have
physical
mine,
fish
too.
tank.
I left that Discord because I was too mad. I just left it and I'm out. I have one still. So you win some, you lose
Ooh.
some.
Someone
I
said
earnestly
Theos.
DM'd him trying to take over the project, and he's like, "No, I'm back." Oh,
Leos
okay.
were like good though. Until
Theos
the
were good till
rug.
they weren't.
They were good until they came out with that like secondary collection, and
Yeah.
they just didn't know how to drop.
Someone in the chat said Lockjaws. I'm so glad I avoided that one. I saw like all you guys were minting it that night, and I actually like had some like self control, and I didn't do that one. But that one still makes me laugh. Anything that doesn't ever reveal makes me laugh.
Oh
That hurt.
man.
Both Lou and I were hyped on Lockjaw.
Well, Babs and I were hyped on Hash Demons. I don't know.
Oh,
if
no.
anyone
I
else
still
got in
have.
on
I
those.
still have a hash key.
That was an absolute.
Oh no,
That was the ultimate like straight up rug. But people
Yeah.
were still buying. Dangy, you got the one, or did you find it? We were very
Brian-
successful in Hash Demons in a weird way because it was a complete rug the whole time.
I had a tiny bankroll. I was a nit before Hash Demons. Thank you,
Hash
Brave Sir
Demon.
Brian. And you shared it in the Discord and said, "Hey, this one's weird." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'll buy it. I'll second guy for 0.2." And then it ended up being one of the 1-of-1s.
Yeah.
And I sold that thing for 4.2.
It wouldn't
and
load,
I remember
right?
telling my wife, like, "Oh, I sold a thing for like $8,000 because ETH was not that high back then."
Yeah.
And yeah, that's my literal bankroll. That was it. So shout out to Brian.
It was the one that was
hired on
glitched, right?
your-
It wouldn't show
Yeah.
the picture or whatever it was.
Correct.
Mhm.
And so I was DMing with people. He's like, "Oh, I'll buy it from you for like 1 ETH." I'm like, "No, I know what I have. Get out of here. It's a rare hash demon, buddy."
It was the one of one.
I
There
know
was
what
like
I have.
15 of them or something. That was pretty low.
Oh,
That was a crazy one.
okay. Who has the most diamond and paper hands?
Yeah, put them
I think
all
we know
both
the
on the
answer.
same one. I think you guys will like this one.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is
wow.
voted by community.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So King got a lot of
With the
votes
sheep,
from
yeah.
the sheep specifically.
That makes
I think-
sense. Makes
yeah.
sense.
I said Ghost, but King would have been my next pick. And
I'm
the reason
surprised.
I said Ghost because he never sells anything. He has like 1,000 things in his open
He
sea.
does have a lot.
I
So
thought
is
I was
King.
going to be in the
King
running.
means
I
a lot
honestly
too.
thought I was
Just
going to
wanna
be in the
list them
running
all.
for this one. You guys give me shit for not selling a lot, so I thought that I
You
might
got
be
a
in the
bunch of
running for this one,
votes.
Trey, I think
Chung
you,
got a
you
bunch
would
of
get my
votes.
vote in aggregate. King has picked this sheep, and he's
but- I
sheep guy
sound
now.
upset. No. I'm upset. No.
King's really good at not selling stuff he has conviction in, like his groupies, his doodles. Like where I
King
don't, I
likes
just
the habos too.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just
Phil
don't have that
also.
conviction a
Phil
lot of
was
the
the
time.
next. King still has
Yeah.
3 doodles as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, Phil was like one behind him in votes back because of his apes. He's a
2
good one
apes.
as well for it.
I'll address the paper hand part because you all are being quiet on purpose. I think. Yeah,
Oh,
we all know this about me. What do you?
Everyone wanted to vote for Dangy on this one.
I get it.
There was a lot of Babs votes. Also, it was like basically just Dangy and Babs for all the votes. So someone put Dangy / Babs for specifically paper hands.
It's funny I get the paper hands like mantra, but like I also don't hold dust too long, right? Like so you win one, some you lose some, but like and I also have an ape still, so like get out of here, people.
I think Babs, you have a good like instinct when things are not going well, that you punt it off quick. Where I think I struggle in that sometimes, and like you get caught holding the bag. But I feel like that also could hurt you because you might be more impatient in something that then takes off. But yeah, I mean, I much rather sell and make profit than be holding this dust.
Lock it
for sure. Like I'm super impatient. Like I admit that. Like doodles, I actually really liked, and I was high on them. But like when it wasn't moving for like 3 days, I'm like, I'm just cutting my money and running. Right? Like I have that kind of problem, which like Dangy does too, a little bit in certain cases when you don't have enough conviction to hold, a 3 Ethereum bag when you have 3 doodles, right? Like you kind of just move on.
I get too stubborn sometimes where I'm like, I bought this to flip for profit, and I'm not like, as long as it's not completely zero, I don't know, I'm just going to hold it until, I feel good about it. So if I don't need the liquidity, then why sell for a loss? I don't know. That was always kind of my mindset.
Well, speaking of diamond hands, what's the one NFT you guys have held the longest? Like maybe you still have it to this day.
Avastar.
I can think of one for me.
My Avastars.
CryptoKitties.
Avastars.
Technically CryptoKitties, but yeah, I'd say.
I think it's Avastars for me as well.
Crypto Geisha,
I bought some art for half an ETH when I hit that hash demon, and I'm trying to sell it now, but I can't. So yeah, maybe it's Avastars because I believe in that long term potentially down the road. That's mine. I think we all know Babs is. So that Bored Ape, unless you have another one, Babs.
It would actually
be probably not even.
It would be a Zed horse if we're going technically, right? Like it would.
I was gonna say because
it'd probably
technically sold.
Yeah, it'd probably be my. Well, no, it'd be my Zed horse. I was gonna say Man's coin, but I bought that after the Zed horses. But I remember the first Zed drop. I got 2 horses. I still have both of them. So that was like early April. That would have been my first NFTs.
Same.
For me, though, the one I've held the longest which is also Avastars, but the second one that comes to mind because I remember specifically, I second guide a gutter cat like that night after the drop for like 0.18 or something because whatever a few hours that they pumped afterwards, and I still have it to this day. And it's the only one I bought. It has the 305 weight jersey randomly. I just saw it and I liked it. I scooped it up for 0.19. I still have had it since however long ago that was. I feel like Trey says, like sometimes you feel good enough to sell it. That dude, I remember when the floor got to like 6 ETH or something on the cats or whatever, not that long ago. I didn't even think about selling it just because like it was one of the oldest NFTs I've had, and like I really like it. It has something that hits home with me with the with the jersey, the weight jersey that the cat has. So when Trey says what number you feel comfortable selling it, it's weird that thing pumped and I didn't even think about it. And now actually today I listed it because they've been pumping lately on the floor. So yeah, it's weird I've held that for that long, but King is diamond handing everything because that dude mints everything and holds it forever, man.
The delisting stories from King are just incredible. I can't imagine clicking the delist. No thanks. I will not accept X ETH for this thing. It's just, jeez. Oh God. We will. I think we should come back to this once we talk about 2022 because something I want to talk about is what are our strategies going to be moving into 2022 and then next step. So maybe this is, do you want to be more like King or more like Babs and Dangy? I don't know. See, Lou, this was you throwing a Molotov cocktail into the whole proceedings. Best Club NGMI subthread / channel, but I guess it's also like the sub community that you identify with the most. So
yeah, I mean,
let's see.
I think it's going to be an obvious one, but
this is very topical. Love DeFi Kingdoms. Love people being upset that jewel price got plummeted under $15 today. today.
What
we
is
were
it now?
amped when it got close, like 8, and now
Yeah,
it's
now we're like,
14.
yeah, we're bummed. We're bummed it's 14. Feel robbed.
So crazy.
We're
It's under 14.
13-8. 13-8.
13-7-2.
13-8.
Oh, man.
13-8.
We're dead.
Pack it up, boys. Pack it up.
It's also a fun game. I like that. It's a fun group, and I like that it's also a choose your own adventure kind of deal where some of us get super duper in the weeds and some of us are just surface level, just LPing. I like that. Trey,
will
you're kind of an
say-
outsider to Club
Oh, yeah.
DeFi Kingdoms. What is your impression of that group, or have you spent any time down there?
I'm bullish on it. I just don't have the time to spend on it. I wish I did, but if I it's like it's a funny comparison, but like it's like I all my friends are into TikTok and I never go on it, and it's because I know that I would just get like sucked into it so much
Yeah.
that it would take up like a huge portion of my life. So I was just like, no, I'm not doing that. So like with DeFi Kingdoms, it was kind of the same thing. Like every time I go in there, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much information. I can't even handle it. And like there's just, I know that I would get so far sucked in that I would probably spend too much time on it to where it was counterproductive. So the fact that I could get exposure to it just by going into the LP and doing it that way was attractive to me, I guess. So I still weighed the fact that like I haven't gotten into it every day. But for right now, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at.
I would say that the Grinders channel and the Lemons channel both got a decent amount of votes. They were only 3 behind TFK. So if one of those 2 channels didn't exist, then we could have seen the pre-sale grinders have passing.
I voted for the Grinders. I didn't even vote for DeFi Kingdom.
They are a very special place in our Discord.
Dude, the grinders are a whole different type of game.
Yeah.
Because I went to have Christmas lunch with my family. I come back and the grinders have taken over the Discord and are holding Dangy hostage to create their own channel. This all happened in a matter of like 3 hours. And there's a Discord like an individual Discord that they created just to pump their bags to create a channel. Those guys don't joke around, man.
I appreciate it though, because like I don't have time a lot of the time to like spend time researching what Discords I should join, and they find them all, they post them. Like I'm super appreciative. Those are my people. They help me out so much. Like
dude,
just
it's
the
awesome.
wallet drops. Like I can't keep up, right? So
it's cool because I feel like a lot of certain people have like their roles in our Discord without even knowing their roles, right? So like Iron Mikey, OG, and these guys who are grinding the pre-sales all day, they get their thing. Then we have our DeFi guys who, come up with the different, ideas and alpha, and we know who the DeFi guys are. And we have like Club DeFi Kingdom, where if I miss a few hours, I can't even scroll up because Gump, Easy, and Ori are going back and forth about something. It's too deep that I can't even get that deep in the weeds with them. And it's like the only channel that gives me anxiety trying to catch up is Club DeFi Kingdom because it's just so much, and it's like, and they're so detailed and easy, and these guys are so into it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna ask a question if I need to, like just to scroll all that. It's just so much, man.
Old guy is the sneaky, very important cog in that wheel of the pre-sale grinders. I think he's he's been relatively quiet, but he just throws Discords, giveaways quicker than anybody else. It's pretty incredible. So shout out to old guy doing yeoman's work out there as a grinder. Favorite story from 2021? This could be a good one. Let's see. Oh, we got the Ori later pours. So we covered that. Shout out to Ori. Rags to riches story.
Shout out to Ori, man, the legend.
Or rags to jewel story, I guess, if you will. Lou, what other ones made the list from other folks?
Let's see. Ones that I could say.
Don't scroll up. Don't scroll down.
The guy that bought a Club MGMI token for 0.69.
Oh yeah, because of the
Nifty,
realms.
because he thought he was going to get in the realms.
The
That's a pretty
realm.
good one.
He wanted the whitelist of the
He thought he was getting a
dustiest project
whitelist.
ever.
Wait,
no.
Yeah, the
The
ending
Nifty-
to Realms
the
makes
Realms.
that even more funny.
Yeah.
The fact because we didn't even know the whole backstory.
Those things never
like
even
the
sold
Doug
out.
and no.
That was Blake, right?
Yeah, Blake.
But that guy bought the token from Theta, which I forgot to tell in my story about orcs.
Yeah.
So the Realms
Yeah.
guy bought it from Theta.
For 0.69. Oh man.
I hope he's sold. Not because he's not welcome in the community, but I hope he's
I'm
sold.
not sure if he did. I don't know.
But he did. He
sell?
definitely listed it. I don't know that he actually ended up.
Listed
selling
it. I
it.
listed
for
for
the
like
same amount.
0.68 or something. He was trying to get his money back. And I don't know if he ever sold.
Yeah, and then who was the other person that had just sold their token in our Discord that was like, "I'll give you half" or something like that, and we were like, "Okay, well, that's not."
The guy that
that's
sold
not-
it to him, yeah.
The other funny story from that Realms thing is the night they did the Twitter Spaces and that was another classic night where Iron Mikey like went on to ask questions. I think a couple other guys asked him questions, and it was like immediately none of us are minting this project. But
We
he made
need more realms.
What's Realms the one? Was the Realms the one where Tom Chambers got kicked out because they thought it was a bot because his name on Discord is random 69 something.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
That was the turnaround. Dan convinced him that like, no, we're not bots. Like we're just idiots that are really excited about your project.
Yeah, Dan became like the clubngmi leader in that Discord.
Yeah.
That guild. We had our own guild there, and Dan was our leader in that Discord. Oh man.
I still can't get over the idea of the realms, which was we'll set up different areas for you to do work.
You do work
and I get money.
Yeah, I get money. You could be the art director and you could be the marketing guy, and we'll make a great project, and then you pay me.
So stupid. All right, Lou, what other stories did you have?
We got there's one that I don't know any of this. Something about Lycos in a wax project.
Yeah. So Lycos was a wax project. That was the bees. And way back before I was really deep into NFTs, I minted these things and got honey shipped to me literally from Italy. And it happened to be an Italian delivery guy of all people that delivered it to my house in North Carolina. So fast forward months, and then I hear of, hey, Lycos is back, and he did this fungible farm thing, and it's like the game. It was DeFi Kingdoms. It was probably doing more volume than DeFi Kingdoms for a while. And then those of us who were OGs and had these specific B NFTs over on Wax, he was airdropping stuff to us. And King, shout out to King, got more than one airdrop to him. I got one airdrop to me after the buzzer somehow because of the Club Wax kind of circling the wagons and helping me out and DMing the guy. But yeah, I just like, there was a project in between as well. Lycos got hooked up with some, I don't know, shiesty character, and they just dissolved the projects. That's when I left, like, whatever, this is BS. And then lo and behold, months later, got airdropped $2,500 or so at the time, which is just stupid for buying Italian honey. Yeah, Rip got 3 hives. It was crazy.
The other one is when J Price, when the unicorns, uninterested unicorns, I think it was. So that this was still early in the whitelist meta, but this is when we thought whitelist mattered a lot, and you had to get to like level 5 to become what was it? Blessed? Do you remember? It was like blessed or something. I remember KG was super into this one.
Yeah, I remember
we were
that.
grinding it. And J Price is like, I'll just create this little Discord bot. If anybody wants it, it'll just send a message every 30 seconds. And it had like, I don't know, 8 different messages. I might have actually a screenshot of it. Actually, yeah, let me pull
it. It was
up.
like, we'll just search like, how's the weather?
I have a screenshot. So someone called him out basically and was like, hey, All right, let me save this. They were basically like kicking him out of the Discord because they realized he was a bot.
Yeah, the How's the Weather was a popular one he was using.
So, let me share this.
When reveal.
This is what the guy writes. So, this is like 3 a.m. my time. So it's like 5 a.m. Eastern. So per floor moving nicely, per gang, pers on top, when mint, when reveal, I need to ascend. How's the weather? Hey, what's up, boys? Really,
What's up,
man?
boys?
I looked at your chat history. You only say that. They caught him. They kicked him out. He was the bot.
That is so-
Oh my god.
How is the weather?
Yeah, Kevin's saying that was his first mint. That was a fun Discord because there was different levels where after like level 5 you got in a special Discord and they sent you a free mint that you couldn't even sell or something. But then at level 10 you got to like actually mint more. Like each layer, it was crazy. We were grinding that Discord because it was only like the first 400 people, so we thought we had to rush for it. Oh man, that was the first whitelist that I like grinded for. Me and KG were grinding for that one. And the stripper one, that was the other one that was a fun night. We were playing blackjack and roulette in their Discord, and we were grinding to get the stripper mint, which that mint worked out. I mean,
it did.
I don't know what's going on with
Strippers
those.
J Price
anymore,
got rich off those strippers. Remember, that's what started the J Price run.
Yeah, he sold one for, I don't know.
He was like freaking out. He thought we were messing with him. Remember, he had like the one like that made the most money or token, whatever it was.
Remember, like
Yeah.
the metadata was out, but it was like wrong
Yeah,
or something,
yeah.
right? It was wrong, and they said the next day, "Don't trust it; it's wrong."
They were gonna like
Dude.
redo all the metadata because they realized
Yes.
that it was out, and
Yes.
like, no, that was the test.
Dude, you know what was the funnest whitelist grind was the crypto dads.
Oh,
For the crypto
man.
dads, you go in there, you have to reach like level 5
You
or
just go in
something.
and talk dad stuff. It's
Talk dad stuff, barbecuing, beer, just random
dad
dad guy
jokes.
shit.
I would go in the dad joke and
dad
just read
jokes.
a joke once in a while.
I
Dude,
thought it was
that grind was
like,
the best, man.
I thought I was comfortable with like my paper hand status, and then you brought up dads. Like, oh god,
Crypto dads.
literal sold the bottom.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay,
It happens.
when crypto dads happened, there was another mint that was happening. I can't remember what it was, but a lot of stuff was happening. So what I did was, crypto dads was also minting, but it was slow. So I went and did my pre-sale to the crypto dads first, and I think we could get 2 each or something, 3. I don't remember. I go to crypto dads. There was only like 8 listings so far, and they were all like 0.5, 0.5, 0.4. I remember because I posted mine. I mean, Dangy's talking. I go, dude, these are selling for 0.4, 0.5, and like no one's listing them. I remember, Dangy, you went on you posted some that night, but it was so random. I can't remember what other mint was happening, and no one was paying attention to crypto dads as far as the pre-sale goes. And I just went on there and just sold it. Oof.
Weren't those up at like 2 at one point or something?
Oh, those things
Yes.
were
Those
flying.
were
Yes.
too,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Those things were going nuts.
Did the moms ever come out, and did the babies ever come out?
Many are asking.
The moms
I
did,
mean-
yeah, because that was why there was a high holder count because people were like sending them to other wallets. That was like a whole thing to get the moms. Oh man, there was. I think KG still has his. It was his profile picture, right?
Someone from our
Look at David with the recon.
recon.
Is it David?
Wow. I don't think it's David. If I had to guess, it might be actually Katie, because I know Katie was, and maybe still is, a crypto dad maxi. She was really in on the dads early on. So she might have a mom. I don't know. There's a decent chance there. So thank you all for playing along with the year end. I'm not landing the plane yet on purpose. I'm not closing it. I'm just closing that kind of portion. So let's look forward to, I want to be clear because people talk shit about my plane landing. Let's look forward to 2022. We've already had the great take that number go up and number go down in January. Good job, team. What do we think is like the future landscape coming out in 2022? I or any future metas to look out for. I think we're gonna hit a corporate meta pretty soon. We saw Budweiser do well. We saw Adidas do well. We saw Steph Curry, which is corporate-ish, do really well for a little bit. I could see that coming to play more and more as more and more brands come here. But I think there'll be less pops with those, as in the floor won't jump as much as these others. Like we're talking about collaborations with Champion now. I don't think that gets people to pay too much money. So that's my bet is we'll see many more corporations come into the play, and they'll be profitable, but not hand over fist printing money. Trey, what do you have for 2022 trends that you're looking out for?
I guess like kind of I've only been in crypto for like not even a full year now. So I'm kind of reflecting on, okay, what did I do right in 2021? What did I do wrong? In 2022, I read Kobe's piece on like shifting or like how metas in how you have to really like kind of identify those metas. And that's how you were able to make money this year, was by identifying like the alt L1s and by identifying NFTs. So I think I'm going to be trying to identify those metas as soon as I can, and then being willing to shift as quickly as possible towards that, right? Like I think we all got introduced to NFT like into that meta, and then all of a sudden it was like, holy shit, this is going nuts. But then we were maybe a little bit late to like jump off of that or to like shift our perspective or our focus. So that's what I'm specifically trying to do, is to just be like almost just in general, kind of be willing to shift my mindset and be willing to move my capital elsewhere pretty quickly, because I think you need to be willing to do that in crypto. In terms of like actual things I'm looking for, I think there's been a ton of talk about like gaming. I'm interested to see where that goes this year, because there's so much talk about, okay, it takes so much time and you have to be so good at it to make like a legit game. That stuff takes time, right? Like Zed took 4 years or whatever it was. Like a lot of the games that are Axie took 4 years to build. So I think as we kind of get further and further along here, some of these games that we've been seeing over the last year are going to start to pop up and stuff. So I'm excited to kind of see where that goes. So, you know, Treeverse is one that I have one of their plots, and I know Logan's been vocal about that, but I want to start looking into that more, and just in general, kind of looking into that space. Cause as cliche as it is, and as many people are talking about it, I do think that gaming might be like the next meta that we're looking at here.
Tig, what's your take on gaming? Because I know when I think of gaming coins, I think of you, because you've been really early on all these, and even metaverse coins when talking about Treeverse kind of stuff. So I just looked up FNC. Shout out to you for some FNC. Still up good there. So what's 22 going to look like?
Yeah, man. FNC, man, hit 0.98, I think, like yesterday, the high. I think Trey hits it good, dude. Like, I think gaming, a lot of stuff is, promised to be launched the second quarter of 2022, third quarter of 2022. I think not necessarily buying into the game, but what's worked out for me is buying into the token, the in-game currency or whatever governance token they have. I recently did it with Krebata on AVAX. That was good. That thing went insane, and I was lucky to get some profit out of that at the top. I think of these other games like the IDOs, and you could get in on those early, especially for games. It's been pretty profitable, I feel like, and I think that's just gonna continue next year. A lot more games are gonna be popping up, and even like Fancy Games is a studio, so you're buying the token into the actual studio. So it's almost an umbrella, and they have like 4 games lined up that they will be releasing within the next year or two. So just getting the IDO was profitable. As far as NFT goes, I feel like big brand stuff has been solid so far. If you could get in on it. Most recently, the Curry shoe drop was a mess during mint, but if you got in, dude, it was definitely profitable. I got 2, I got 3, I sold 2. I was gonna hold one no matter what. And dude, I'm excited for Metaverse, so I was gonna hold one because you get the shoes for the Decentraland, you get the shoes for Gala, which I haven't played yet, but I feel like that'd be a good entry point for me to even start looking into Gala and all that stuff. I think big brand collaboration with NFTs, with metaverse integration is just what's going to be the next meta, or we're kind of in it already, but it's just going to keep going on. These big brands keep buying in on it and just getting excited to be involved. And I'm kind of torn about it. I think it's good and it's bad as well, but if they want to come spend money and build, man, like, and they're going to be dropping NFTs and we can be profitable off it because the normies just love that shit, then dude, I'm all about it. I think it just helps the space. It brings in new money and new eyes into it. And I think we're just going to see more of it, man. I feel like it's a little frothy at times, but I think we're just gonna see more of it for the next, 6-8 months. Not financial advice.
Babs, what do you have for 2022?
You guys both kind of stole mine. Like I thought the gaming meta, like it is going to be the big one in 2022. Like I think people will have enough time by that to at least release a version of some of those games. Like Big Time is one. I'll use an example. Like, eventually those games will actually have some kind of version that's playable. And I think that'll be where a lot of the money starts siphoning and maybe away from those PFP projects. The other one, like I think what we saw with ENS, we saw with SOS, like I wonder if token airdrops are going to start being a thing. Like maybe that's our next meta. Like that could be our next Wolf game meta that we go through for a couple weeks, like a month stretch here. If other people start doing it, I know we have like the Bored Ape token coming. I know Cool Cats has like the milk token coming. Like I wonder if that's going to be a rush where everyone tries to front run that coin, sell at the top. Everyone, it's going to be like some kind of like psycho meta. I think so. Like getting into those early and, getting out when you can, maybe like that could be a meta. Maybe I'm hoping that'll be okay, but like I worry it'll be too watered down by the point that all these are released. But you see it coming. Like even Pixel Vault has like their Punks comic token and their POW token like coming in the next like couple weeks here. So there's probably like 3 to 4 big projects that all have a token coming in the next month, right? So it'll be interesting to see if any of these things have a value, right? So that's kind of what I'm
2 tokens.
Well, the meta hero has the POW, which is for the meta hero universe, and the Punks comic has the Punks token, which is associated with all the DAO. Yeah. It's the DAO for all the punks within the DAO, right? So yeah, there's always layers to Pixel Vault, right?
I just realized that the other day too.
One is like
shared governance.
One is you're getting dual token, and the other is you're getting 1 token, basically.
Like think of POW as the gaming token, is like Tig would have said. Like that's their in-game currency, and Punks is like.
Listen, Dusty Planets, I love them now. I love them.
Yeah.
Ever since Adidas dropped, man. Because
no one can say shit about Dusty Planets anymore. They're so profitable.
They're still dusty by all means, but dude, just having access to this kind of drop of a collab this size for holding these things, I think that, like you said, that could be something that's gonna be more often that we see that. The sharp move would have been to spread them out between different wallets, but yeah, the fact that we could get that from just holding this NFT, that's the entry point to this ecosystem. Yeah, for sure. I think I see more of that.
Lou, what do you have for 2022?
Since everyone else says gaming, and that's like the hot one to say right now, I think we're going to see more use cases IRL, as in like real life membership stuff, where you can present your QR code. And I don't think we'll get there in 2022 as far as like music tickets go, or like tickets to events, maybe specific like specific events. I wouldn't be surprised if like VCon or the NFT NYC, like those, you might have to own an NFT of it in order to get in. Like, I think we're going to see things like that popping up. The problem with gaming is it kind of like what people are saying in chat too, is it going to get oversaturated? That's where I kind of like Tig's answer of bet on the coin, because I mean, how many games are people going to play? Like I did that with Raider. I know you have some Raider as well, where I don't want to like go in and grind out the game. I'm already grinding out DeFi Kingdoms, but if other people like the game and want to grind it out, I will fill out a liquidity pool so that they're earning more. And I mean, Raider is up to like 340 now, which we like that.
Dude, it was 369 earlier. The only thing that they didn't drop. and they didn't drop with everything else. But yeah, that was a perfect example. Do that. I think Ghost showed us Raider. I remember one time he posted it. I think it was Ghost, and he was like, "Dude, this thing is awesome. It's been doing great for me. I've been in it, whatever." I checked it out.
I meant to this.
Oh, dude, and it's funny enough. I picked one up. I randomly bought one like 2-3 weeks ago because I have a friend that's really enjoys it. So I'm like, let me try it out. I bought level 1, and it's been cool, like you said. But it's a grind because you gotta go in there, do your the whole quest thing and all that stuff, and you get 3 per day, and then you gotta wait for the next round. So yeah, it's definitely a grind. So I'd much rather, like I said, buy the token, put some LP in it because I know I don't have time to play this game. But there's definitely people that will play this game and enjoy it. I mean, if you follow them on Twitter, stuff like, dude, they have a big community that's really solid.
Does anyone else remember grinding those Crypto Raiders drops on OpenSea?
Yeah.
They would just like drop them
that
individually.
was like my first rug.
Yeah.
They had the wrong link in their Discord because they were shifting it to a new collection. And so Babs is like, I got 3 of them. I got 5 of them, however many you got. And I was like, I thought I got one, but I don't. I was in the wrong collection apparently, and it was the one. It was their old one that they had in like an old pin. Oh man! So I hated Raiders for a little bit.
I bought like 20 of those and sold them at like 0.1 to 0.15. I don't even know what.
And they're probably 0.03 or something. The mint, right? 0.02.
Yeah. 0.05.
Yeah, it was super. It was super cheap. It was just kind of a guess where you would. Try and
the guy was listing them one by one.
Yeah, exactly. I remember
we gotta get that.
It was fun. Yeah, we do because I was
that minute is ruined by bots now though. Like back like 3 months ago, you could actually get them. Now it's like bots get all of those, right?
Yeah.
Well, remember the first Theo drop was like that. Remember the Genesis drop?
Yeah.
Dude, I got so lucky because I got 2 of them, and that was before I even knew about like fast gassing the contract, all that bullshit. Dude, I just got so lucky. I literally ran it like normal mint, do, click it, wait there. Oh shit, I hope it processes. It fucking went through, and I look back at it, I'm like, God, I got so fucking lucky because you would have to fast gas the crap out of those things, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was before people knew that like if you looked at the activity page of the listings, it would show up quicker there than like refreshing the buy now section. That's like I was cleaning up on Crypto Raiders because people didn't know that, and it was just I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. But that come and gone.
Any other topics to chat about, or do we want to go to the wheel? Do we want to do names? Do we want to do giveaways?
Wheel too.
Spin that shit.
Giveaways are always fun.
All right. We'll do first one is for Lou. Second one is from the random anonymous benefactor.
Yeah, so this is only if you're willing to dox yourself because I'm gonna be shipping it. Nate
Keegs.
Just send it to South Dakota. It'll get to him eventually.
There's only like 3 people that live there.
There's only 1 Keegs for sure.
Now let's see who's getting the purr.
Oh,
no!
Oh, nice.
Irish.
He's watching. Nice.
Love that giveaway. Thank you all. So, it has. Oh, Keegs got a green egg. Yeah, he can't get a purr. He's got a green egg. Right now.
Oh, what?
Unbelievable hit, Keegs. Thank you all for this year. We have actually changed a lot of people's lives, and we can say that before the tax bills come due in a couple months. So not we like us on this show, but we as a group. So thank you, Pete Overzet, for having us and growing this group through your channel and having good vibes from throughout. Because that's really, I think, what brought most of us here is Pete has good vibes and we like football. And and thank you, Jack, for dropping that alpha about Zed for no reason that everyone was mad about.
Yeah. Jack was kind of the catalyst for that.
I mean,
he was.
Honestly,
part of Club Top Shot.
If I didn't get into Zed, I wouldn't have got into NFTs.
Never would have got into Zed without Jack. Like 100%, no doubt about it.
Now we just got to tie it back to Soccer Dave, and then the cycle is complete.
My first was NFT boxes with Soccer Dave.
Okay,
that was the first thing I minted this year.
There you go. Full circle. So thank you all for your generosity, for your kindness. for your time, for your efforts. A little alpha leak. Allegedly, there's going to be a little stream to close out the year over on Poverzet's channel this Thursday afternoon.
Right.
So
Friday?
is it Friday or Thursday? New Year's Eve.
I think it's New Year's Eve. Is that
Friday.
Friday is
Friday.
New Year's
That's
Eve.
Friday.
I don't know what the days between Christmas and New Year's
Dude.
every year. Can't tell you what day of the week it is.
No idea. So thank you all. Come hang out on Friday with the man, the myth, legend, Peter Overzet.
Doing a
Kinda
Wednesday DeFi Kingdoms.
Yeah, we're doing DeFi Kingdoms on Wednesday.
Yeah.
As
Plug
far as I
that
know.
one we're in too. Yeah.
Yeah. DeFi
Might
Kingdoms
have
allegedly mining.
another alpha drop that on Wednesday for mining.
Let's hope. Catch you later.